There's no doubt that Sergio Aguero has been an utter legend for Manchester City, but with the spate of injuries recently and the fact that his contract runs out at the end of the season, Pep Guardiola's men may be looking to the future and who could potentially replace the Argentinian. So sit down, Pep, because here are 5 potential replacements for Sergio Aguero up front. The first one is the obvious one, Erling Haaland, because who isn't interested in a goal scorer with so many years ahead of him to become even better and who is banging in sorts of goals that make Robert Lewandowski look over his shoulder ever so slightly? Haaland is in fantastic form for Dortmund. Whether or not this €75 million release clause is actually in his contract or not, it doesn't really matter. If he's going to leave, it's going to be for big money, and however big a money it is, it's really not going to put someone like Manchester City off spending it on him. This is because, well, as I mentioned before, he's got another decade of potential domination. He can find the back of the net in all sorts of ways, and he's just all round a top striker already for someone so young. Next up, and talking of big money transfers, and to be honest, most of these will be big money transfers, it's Lautaro Martinez. Now, in the last year or so, all of the talk has been about him moving to Barcelona. There was talk of big money moves, swap deals, all sorts of nonsense going on. However, having said that, it looks like Barcelona's financial books aren't exactly in the best of shape, so maybe they can't exactly afford a move for Martinez. Honestly, I'm looking through the Barcelona squad at the moment. The only way that they could bring in Lautaro Martinez would be to either send Messi in the opposite direction to Inter Milan. Don't think that's going to quite happen. Or maybe Antoine Griezmann plus a little bit of cash. I don't know. I can't really see it happening. So who knows? Maybe Manchester City can swoop in. When you talk like-for-like replacements between Aguero, I think Martinez is probably the best on this list in terms of a player who's going to slot into the system in the exact same way that Aguero does. He's got brilliant energy, fantastic pace, can link up well with the other attackers, and of course can find the back of the net. With Martinez, I feel like he's definitely got room to improve, and under Guardiola, tactically, he'll just turn into another kind of beast. I honestly think, even though it's not such a highly recommended rumour or rated rumour at the moment, this could be a masterstroke for Manchester City. Now, of course, we did just mention him there, and it's the obvious one on all of your lips, and I wasn't going to do a Manchester City video without talking about the potential of Lionel Messi moving to the club. You guys know what happened by now. He was going to leave, and now he's going to stay at Barcelona, and now Bartomeu's left, so maybe he wants to stay even more than he originally did. But Lionel Messi's contract talks at Barca are on hold until the end of the season, meaning that come January, because his contract expires in the summer, he can start to talk with any club outside of La Liga. Of course, we all know about the history between him and Pep Guardiola, how Guardiola pretty much made Messi what he is today with all those tactical changes at Barca and the way he introduced him into the squad and basically turned him into one of the best footballers of all time. So surely a reunion would be pretty spectacular. The one problem I have with this, and it's going to sound ridiculous, I'm not so sure Messi fits the current Manchester City style of play. Of course, if he comes in, Guardiola and City would adapt to Messi because you're not going to go and spend however much money on a ridiculous contract for him without them building a team around him. But given the current style of play, he seems to me like he would fit in a deeper role and maybe replace the outgoing David Silva who left in the summer. I know Phil Foden's coming through in the ranks as well, and they've got plenty of attacking midfielders, but it seems like Messi would fit in well there, and then they'd have to go and sign another striker. Like, there's no way for me that Messi fits into the false nine and does all the things that he was doing at a young, bright age, you know, in the last decade or so, since Guardiola originally moved him into that position. That's not the same Messi. We're not going to see that again. So directly replacing Sergio Aguero, I can't see it happening, but in terms of an attacker going out and another one coming in, Messi would definitely be top of the list if he was available. Number 4 then, and this is a rather bizarre one. I'm not quite sure it's going to happen, basically because Everton are going to want to hold on to their star man. That is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Alongside this, he doesn't necessarily have the biggest back category of amazing seasons and a hatful of goals. Yes, he started the season in fire form under Carlo Ancelotti, but to be honest, if you're going to go ahead and move to Manchester City, replace their all-time goal scorer Sergio Aguero, and then take them to the next level being winning a Champions League, making a Champions League final first, then winning a Champions League, and toppling Liverpool, you're going to have to be one hell of a striker and doing it consistently. So far, we've only seen a purple patch of form from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. A lot to suggest that he's got great potential, but not necessarily the consistency that these other legendary strikers are bringing to the table. Having said that, because he's not necessarily a Haaland just yet, or a Martinez, or definitely not a Messi just yet, potentially there could be a deal that may actually suit Manchester City financially better than the other ones could. Obviously, he's so important to Everton, they're not going to want to lose him. They do still have plenty of other good attackers as well, including Richarlison. I think anything over 60 million for Calvert-Lewin would be a bit of a rip-off, so Manchester City wouldn't pay it. But if they can get him for 50 to 60, that would represent a pretty good deal. Finally then, we come to the last one on this list, and yes, I know you were wondering, Matt, Sergio Aguero is out. He already has a replacement when he's not injured as well, and that is Gabriel Jesus, of course. Manchester City don't need to go and spend stupid money in the transfer market because they've already got a ready-made replacement. Having said that, he is still only one man. Like, if Gabriel Jesus replaces Aguero in the team, then they're going to need someone on the bench. Manchester City are going to need to sign someone regardless, but when it comes to Jesus and when he's actually fit and firing on all cylinders, he is a phenomenal player. He knows how City plays. He's been there for almost 3 years, I think. He knows what it's like to be an understudy to Aguero. He's seen what Aguero has done, and then he can step in and fill his boots. Even when he doesn't start too many games in the Premier League, he has some incredible goal returns for someone who really doesn't even get a consistent run of games in the team. Jesus is a ready-made option. He is there for them, and in all honesty, unless they can strike a mega deal with a top talent, I don't really think they need to go out and spend too much. Jesus definitely could be a Ballon d'Or winner in the future. So that's it for today. Make sure you check out all of our other videos by clicking on screen now, and until next time, I will see you guys soon.